different protocol which will help us to enable concurrent processing of transaction in a database. And in that we have seen different type of uh, protocol, in which the first protocol is called log-based protocol. In the log-based protocol, we find out two different type of lock that will be applied into the data. First is called shared lock, and the second one is called exclusive lock. Shared lock is for reading the data, and exclusive lock is for updating or writing the data. In the log-based protocol, we have the locking protocol, in which we have seen that how we can grant the lock to any transaction. Then there is a advancement in the log-based protocol, which is called two-phase locking protocol. In the two-phase locking protocol, there are two phases in each transaction. If a transaction comes into the system, first it will request for the lock, all the lock what it is required, and after using it, it will unlock. Once it will unlock any of the data, after that it cannot request any other lock. So we have the growing phase, in which a transaction will acquire all the locks, and in the shrinking phase, all the unlock procedure will take place. When a transaction will occupy its last lock, that point is called lock point. After that, there is a procedure of unlocking the locks or unlocking the data. Now, in the two-phase locking, we have again two flavors or two types. First is called strict two-phase locking, and the second one is called regress two-phase locking. In the strict two-phase locking, it is required that the transaction must perform locking in two phases, but along with the two phases locking, the transaction must hold all the exclusive locks on data item until it is committed. Now, the first, which is called strict two-phase locking, it says that you should work in the two-phase locking protocol. So we are working in the two-phase locking protocol, but apart from that, whatever lock you will take in the growing phase, it should be all exclusive lock. So if we are taking the lock on data item A, so it should be exclusive lock. If we are taking lock on data item B, it should be exclusive lock. And you don't have to unlock till you commit. So after commit operation only, we'll go to the shrinking phase for unlock. So this is called strict two-phase locking. Means you have to be strict on taking the lock. Second type of lock is called regress two-phase locking protocol. It is a protocol that require that the transaction must perform locking in two phase, and it is required that transaction must hold all the lock on data item until it is committed. Now, the regress two-phase locking is not talking about exclusive lock. It is talking about lock. It may be shared lock, or it may be exclusive lock, depend upon the requirement, but there is no restriction that you have to take the exclusive lock all the time. And after the commit operation, we have to go for unlock procedure. So the difference is very small, that in the regress two-phase locking, the lock again has to be acquired, but it is not restricted that you have to take the exclusive lock all the time. But in the strict two-phase locking, it is a restriction that you have to take the lock which should be exclusive lock all